All right, so mono red bridge is a deck that we play against with some frequency on Magic Online, but I don't think it's very good. I think Chalice of the Void leaves a lot to be desired in Modern, and I think just the tools it kind of has to like enable being a controlling deck means it comes up short in a lot of places. This deck is interesting. It gets to play 1 mana discard spells, which means you have a better shot at disrupting some of the more aggressive decks in the format. Collective Brutality is a card that not only synergizes with your Ensnaring Bridges, but also just like helps disrupt your opponent. I love Night's Whisper. This card is sweet. It's a card that generates some real card advantage for you. And then we get to leverage some sweet black planeswalkers like Ob Nixilis and Liliana the Veil as well. I also like, out of the sideboard, we get to play some real removal in the form of Fatal Push. We also get to board into Pack Rat against decks where we need to be more aggressive. Why does this deck have 0 Black Cleave Cliffs? That's a good question. There's a good chance this is too many mountains. This is a viewer submitted deck list like a lot of the decks that we play. I think the numbers are close enough. I could see cutting 2 mountains for Black Cleave Cliffs though. If you're more comfortable with Storm, you should definitely play Storm. Inflate the mountain count for Koth. That makes sense. That makes sense. Koth is one of those cards that whenever people play it, I always think to myself, man, this looks really bad. So I'm interested to see how Koth feels. The Koth axis is probably why there are not. All right, we got Trip discard spell in the first 2 turns here, so let's see how this goes. Well, Mark, I was saying instead of basic mountain, we could play the other thing. I think I'm just gonna rip the Ancient Stirrings here, hopefully induce them stumbling. They don't have a second land at the moment. To be fair, using Koth's +1 on a new mountain was tilting as I'll get out in paper too, as someone who played Standard when that was a thing. Fun fact, new players plussing Koth on mountains they just played and getting got for it is the reason why all subsequent planeswalkers that animate lands give those lands haste when they animate them. Because it's a real feel bad when your opponent reaches across the table and goes, you just played that mountain this turn, you can't attack with that one. You could maybe argue that I could hope to really, like, get them here and, like, take the Sparring Construct and then, like, hope to Liliana Edict them next turn. People keep mentioning this card Angrath, which I have to assume is some garbage unplayable card, because I have no idea what it does, but, like, several people who I can only assume are EDH players have mentioned this card in chat now at this point. I can only assume it's an EDH staple. It's a standard card. Okay, that makes sense too, I guess. So, these decks tend to play 1 Sparring Construct as like their 5th Arcbound worker, basically. It's not even an EDH card. Woof. Trust me, Mark, when I say that people don't want you to play that card because they think it would be good. They want you to play that card because they think it would be funny. Maybe I'm supposed to just play Liliana this turn to hope to empty my hand before I get a bridge down. Could see that being the case. Definitely getting a little bit of wrong half problem here. Really would prefer to have drawn the bridge part of our deck. Probably going to be a little bit too slow now at this point. Do we really have any outs here? Just gonna like die to the one land Hardened Scales draw. Yeah, I can only get down to 2 cards in my hands here. Feels bad, man. Olivia's probably great here. Liliana seems bad. Night's Whisper. Probably don't want to cut all of them, but some of them are probably good to cut. Thoughtseize seems kind of medium. Yeah, we really don't have a great sideboard plan here. Ideally, I don't really like any of these 8 cards, but like, looking at my sideboard here, I don't reasonably have cards that I can bring in, right? Like, considering what my options are. Pack Rat blocks? I guess. Yeah, I guess that's true. I just, like, split the difference here. I just, like, don't want that many 3s in my deck. Yeah, a Braid would be sweet. The lack of a Braids is... That's not a card that was on the tip of my tongue, but I agree that a Braid would be awesome in this deck. Seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, Anger of the Gods is a fine Magic card. It's like reasonable in Modern. Yeah, Pack Rat's been good the last couple times we played it on stream. We played a black-red kind of like Jund-style mid-range deck on stream at one point, and it was very, very reasonable. It's on my list of decks that if we play it again in the future and it feels good, I'll probably take the namesake for sure there. We do not have K-Command. We do not have a Braid. We do not have any sweepers. We are all in on Damn it, Thoughtseize. Damn it, Thoughtseize. At least I've got this Ratchet Bomb. At least I've got this Ratchet Bomb. Listen, chat, sometimes your Thoughtseizes would have been better off as Thought Scours. It's hard to know. Why is no sweepers bad? Again, be specific, articulate, explain, be constructive. Yeah, Ratchet Bomb is a pseudo sweeper. I definitely agree with that assessment. Couldn't do this. Probably Inquisition. Take away one of their toys. This card's going to have diminishing returns here pretty quickly. Get the last spell out of their hand. Blow this up now so that they can't activate this. This Dreadbore, worth noting, if it was Terminate, we'd be in a little bit of a better spot here. Yeah, it's really sweet, Reaper. It's just like very different from Magic and every other card game I've played pretty much. And the gameplay is very compact. Like it plays on my tablet really well, which is great. Alright, let's escalate the crap out of this. So I get to kill this, drain them. I'm binning. I think I'm gonna bin Pack Rat here at this point. I think I'd rather have the Night's Whisper. Morning, Lurgoyf. Yeah, that's Runes of Oran Reef. So this is a good pickup because it plays through the Welding Jar here. These are the types of decks, Burgle, that people like really want to be good, but often come up short for a variety of reasons. So they have a 4-drop here, or did they miss the point of damage? They just missed a point of damage, it looks like. What am I supposed to do? I feel like I'm kind of just messed up regardless. Yeah, Fallen. Honestly, I didn't even realize how much I liked the foam mattress until we went up to stay with my in-law for the weekend, my mother-in-law. And, like, we laid down in her bed, and I was like, this is so much worse. Like... And also, Fallen, they have a 90-day return guarantee, so if you do end up getting one and you decide you don't like it after, you know, after a couple weeks sleeping on it, you can send it back and get your money back if you decide it's not for you. There's little risk associated with it. So it's funny, people tell me that people always comment that, like, I'm really good at, like, selling stuff and shilling or whatever you want to call it. But the God's honest truth is, I just don't accept advertisements for things that aren't good products. It's like, it's really easy to be a good shill when you only shill for things that are good. Like, that's just the honest truth of the matter. Yeah. So there's an Android and iOS version of the Warhammer Champions game. There's one in the App Store right now that doesn't currently allow you to actually play the game. It just lets you scan your physical cards. The gameplay is currently in closed beta. It's supposed to be out later this month. And, like, I have a lot of ad banners on this stream, right? Like, especially in comparison to, like, what some other streamers have, especially Magic streamers have as far as ad banners go. And I still reject things. I reject submissions for sponsors because I don't like their products. I don't think their products are reasonable. Maybe it was better to bomb last turn. I don't know. If I bombed last turn, the Ravager just would have eaten all of them. Yeah, like, this is much better for us, right? Like, now I get to Collective Brutality this. Now, I think we're still just dead, right? I guess I get to escalate this and gain some health. So I get to drain them here, kill this, go up here. This is going to put me to 7. If they brick for a turn, we might be okay here. Yeah, I definitely would, Magus. Yeah, Artifact does look sweet as well. Artifact definitely looks sweet. So, if I push the Ravager in response here, they only have... No, that's not true. So, I have to bomb the Thopters, which is going to push the Ravager to a 6/6, which means I'm going to go to 1 next turn. So if they draw any artifact, we need them to draw a non-artifact. We need to draw, like, basic forest. Is the issue. I can't Fatal Push this here because they'd put the 3 counters onto here, which would be 5/6, and then this gives them the 7th. Can we get some examples of shilling rejections? A student loan refinancing company. Different medical medications for specific types of common things. And the medical ones weren't even strictly that I thought their products were necessarily bad, but they were more that I wasn't educated. I know that I'm not in a position to do appropriate research to know if they're good. So if I can't validate that something's good, I don't want to advertise it. I mean, like, folks are saying, like, it's weird to sponsor a Magic stream with stuff like that. This is television, folks. Like, how many of you watch Twitch instead of television, right? Like, I get that we're very used to targeted ads today, but, like, just generic advertisements are things that have been on television for forever. Twitch is TV for a very significant number of people today, myself included, right? Like, I watch Netflix and Twitch. Those are the two things I watch when I'm not streaming, when I want something entertaining to watch. Dead. So, like, the fact that, like, smart companies that realize they need to, like, move along and, like, keep their product going, smart companies like these folks here, move clean on into a shillin', they're moving along, and they're advertising with, you know, the future. And my name's Jeff Hoagland, and some of these wonderful folks are advertising with me. If you want to support my stream, you can do so by checking out some of the wonderful products of these people that I use most of the time. MTGOtraders.com. Love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. BCW Supplies would love to help you protect your Magic the Gathering cards. We all know they're pretty expensive, or your Warhammer cards, your Pokemon cards, whatever else you got. They do sleeves, deck boxes, and all sorts of great stuff. You can check out everything they have to offer at bcwsupplies.com, and you can use code Jeff10 at checkout there to save 10% on your orders. Honey is a free browser add-on that when you install it using link bit.ly/HoogleHoney, you'll be supporting my content here at absolutely no cost to yourself. What Honey does is when you're shopping online, I actually had it pop up when I ordered my Panera this morning. It searches automatically for coupon codes to try and save you money on things you're going to be buying anyways. If it can save you money, it offers to do so, and if it can't, it leaves you alone. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 3 months now, and we really love it. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new foam mattress with Lisa by checking out links bit.ly/HoogleBedUS and bit.ly/HoogleBedCA. And then to plug myself for a moment, we've got a couple other things going on in the stream here. Right down below me here, we have the sticker for the SCG Con Fund. That is where the SCG Invitational takes place. So that money is to not only cover my travel costs to the tournament, but also cover the 5 days I'm going to have to take off work streaming here. Because while this job is wonderful, PTO is not something that it comes with. So that's to cover basically my PTO for those couple of days, as well as buy out the streams for a couple of days so we can spend time testing for that event on stream. And someone else mentioned my YouTube channel in chat. My YouTube channel is great. I'm going to be streaming for a long time today, but if you ever fire up Twitch and you don't see me and you want to watch some Hoagland content, be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Everything I stream pretty much gets archived there, and I break it up by deck so you can watch just the matches that you care about. We're heading on into the second match here with this black-red Planeswalker bridge deck. We lost a tough match to the Hardened Scales deck in the first round there. I really feel like we didn't have appropriate tools to bring out of the sideboard for their creature deck. So we'll see if that's a common theme if we feel like we come up short in those style of matchups. Kang Bao, thank you for checking out Honey there. I appreciate the support. Thanks, Shredder. Yeah, my hair is thin enough that when it gets long, it gets a little crazy. So definitely looks better when it's short, so I try to keep it short. And the answer to everybody's question that always says after I say that is, the reason why I don't shave my head is because my boss said not to shave my head. And I listen to my boss. That's how I don't get fired. What win rate percentage? I'm not sure what you're referring to, Justin. Listen, everybody who's married, there wasn't a doubt in their mind when I said boss who I was talking about, okay? Alright, sweet. Main deck Relic looking pretty good here. Liliana, also a great card in this matchup. I think I actually just want to take the Pyretic Ritual here, because the Relic's going to shut down both the Gifts and the Past in Flames pretty nicely. What's going on, Adrian? Good morning. Good to see you here. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you have a safe trip to Detroit, and good luck there this weekend. Oh, that one. Yeah, I think that breakdown is nonsense. It's just, it's got so many issues with it just from the way the data is collected that it really just doesn't give you anything particularly useful. How much of a donation for me to shave myself? I think Christy said she wanted 5 digits. And I don't set that number. So they've got Reef, Gifts, Past in Flames here. If my opponent tells me my mountain is summoning sick after I plus my Koth or the angle shooting, I don't know. Did you plus your Koth on the wrong mountain? Are they angle shooting or are you an idiot? I'll let you decide. I'm like almost like there isn't that you can like already see like you got a nice bald spot right here. There's not a lot of hair up here, chap. So I think I just jammed the Liliana and start shoving her up, right? Morning, Zach. There's a rule now. I'd believe that's a rule. That was like a big point of contention. I'm glad that they just templated things differently so that they give things haste now just to avoid that, but I don't think there's a chance we die here by putting Relic down. Getting a Liliana pressuring their hand ASAP is really valuable, so I think I definitely want to lean into that. Ratchet Bomb is sweet. So, here's a question. What's more valuable in this matchup? Would I rather have Ratchet Bomb in play or would I rather have Ensnaring Bridge? I think I'd rather have Ensnaring Bridge, right? Because in the off chance they go with Goblins, I'd rather have Bridge out. Although I guess Ratchet Bomb covers that angle too and can't be bounced. I guess I'd rather have Ratchet Bomb. Ensnaring Bridge also prevents my Koth from being able to attack when I play it, and I'd kind of like to kill them with Koth things if I play that. Yeah, Ratchet Bomb just kills the Gobos. Yeah, and that's a great way to do it. That kind of communication is great and a great way to approach it. Just verbally say I am plussing on a mountain that is not summoning sick. No, I think I want to play the land out. Like I've got a bunch of 4-mana planeswalkers in my deck. I definitely want to get them into play. Ascension game 1 is pretty rare, but you're right. It's not unreasonable to just like hedge it slightly. Liliana is just like 2 turns away from being a double Stone Rain. Honestly, she might be 3 turns away from being a double Stone Rain. Because I feel like I probably want to keep pressuring their hand. This is just the Cantrip's Gift. This is the Cantrip's Gift. So I guess I'm not giving them another draw too, right? I don't know. That's an interesting topic. Like what are the optimal 2 cantrips to give them there? Is it Opt Visions or is it like Serum Visions Opt? So, like, Ascension isn't bad against every form of graveyard hate. Ascension is, like, kind of mediocre against, like, explicitly, what's it called? It's kind of mediocre against, like, explicitly Leyline and Rest in Peace, but in general, it doesn't seem terrible. They like just building up Storm to be able to kill this Liliana with a Grape Shot. Okay. Wait. They don't have any mana floating, right? I was like, what? And that looked like a Desperate Ritual for half a second, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. When this went on the stack, it looked like a Desperate Ritual. What's going on, Innocent Smith? Thank you for the 24 months. That's so long. Thank you for the 2 years of support. Please bump up Abzan tokens. Will do, rookie. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. That deck was really sweet. I'm excited to play that one again. It was an Eldrazi ritual. Alright, so what do we got for Storm here? Storm is not an Ensnaring Bridge matchup. This is probably a Pack Rat Goblin Rabblemaster matchup, right? This is not a Blood Moon matchup. This is a Fatal Push matchup. My teammate in Detroit is playing Wizards. Any last minute advice? My latest deck list is on my website. I would recommend playing that. How do you feel about this? I think I like this. What do we think? Oh, do I actually want Boil? I guess it's Stone Rains 1 or 2. Yeah, it's like expensive. I don't think they have so many non-islands. They have Reef, and they have like half their lands are not islands. More than half their lands, they usually have like 1 to 2 mountains, and then 4 canal, 4 Shivan Reef. That's like 10 lands. Look at that, chat. 3 lands, Thoughtseize, 3 Pack Rats. Let's do it. Let's do it, chat. We got a Pack Rat. I need a Pack Rat to save me. Do 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 do. That's a heck of a hand. Definitely just the Morale. Don't have a removal spell in sight. We drew 2 more Pack Rats. That's exciting. This is just Raven scrying a lightning bolt here, but I think that's fine. Whoa, really? Okay. They conceded, Kubi. They cast Past in Flames and they conceded. So, what am I supposed to do here? It's probably second Pack Rat Relic, right? Yeah, I think that's the line. It really doesn't, Johnny. Like, the Soulscar Mages basically just slot into the Vendilion Click slot. It really doesn't make any changes at all. It literally just slots in where Vendilion Click in a land world, which shouldn't impact sideboarding at all. And for the record, that's one of the reasons why I tend to shy away from writing sideboard guides, because as soon as you make some amount of changes, people kind of lose. I forgot to activate this because I was talking to chat. People kind of lose it in terms of like what they're supposed to be doing. Is this Legacy Cube, right? The board guide I wrote for the blue-red tempo deck explicitly too was a principles guide. It talked about cutting counter spells generically, etc. Gosh, yeah, Echoing Truth would be a little brutal, huh? Maybe I should have kept Ob Nixilis. any decks, you can find it along with my leagues and all my information on my decks. jeffhoagland.com/decklist. Play around the value grape shot? Yeah, maybe. Like, they have so few resources that, like, the value grape shot puts them really far behind. I believe Storm usually has 2 to 3 Echoing Truths in the 75, but I don't know that for sure. Unsub Ritual. I'm definitely just binning the win conditions here, I think. No, I think they just want to unsub to kill a pack rat token. Just like 1-for-1 it. This is probably going to be Desperate Ritual into Grape Shot, clear the pack rats. And again, we could have played around this as the suggestion from chat was made by, like, not putting a pack rat into play just yet, which doesn't seem unreasonable. Correct, Johnny Redeemed. The deck does not have a lot of threats, does not have a high threat count, so you need your threat density. You need your threat density. So they still have Grape Shot in their hand. My rats are dead. Really wish I would have kept Ob Nixilis in hand. So my rats are going to die, and I'm going to take 1 here. Or they clicked wrong. Do this now before I forget. So because I drew this Chandra, do I want to just play the pack rat out? I think I'm just going to play the pack rat out and encourage them to burn this Grape Shot. Because, like, if they burn the Grape Shot on the pack rat, they're down resources, which I think is fine with me. Let's see what they take here. They took Manamorphose and another Pieces into their hand. Actually in like a pretty okay spot. Yep, bits can be used as democracy points. Bits are the same as dollars to a streamer. So for every 100 bits you donate, that's $1. So for every 100 bits, you can bump a deck in the queue by 1 point. And this time I am going to take the suggestion of playing around Grape Shot by waiting to activate the pack rat. So basically the way we play around it here is if they want to use Grape Shot to kill this pack rat, once they put all their Grape Shot triggers on the stack, I go ahead and then make a new pack rat, which will prevent them from killing all of the pack rats that I have. Well, these have been some good pieces. We took opt-in pieces. Probably ditching a Fatal Push at this point. Probably don't need 2 of those. The blue-red tempo deck is currently my favorite deck in Modern. So you have lethal next turn. What's going on, Tinker? Thanks for that. That's it. For people that don't follow me on Twitter and didn't see it, the latest Magic survey that WotC put out has a spot to put your favorite Magic streamers down. So, you know, if you like my stuff, you should take their survey and list me. Not because anything will come of it, but because, you know, I'd like to think it annoys Wizards of the Coast that people watch my stuff. So that's the survey link. I took Serum Visions here. That's great, Chubby Cred. Yeah, it's not a short survey. It's at least 5 minutes if you're going quickly. That's true. The professor's been coming in hot lately. So this is like a concession grape shot, right? Like I just get to make 2 rats in response to this and just like destroy them. If WotC banned me, would you still play Magic off stream? I mean, I don't really play paper Magic. I don't know, like I don't think it's a stretch to say like Wizards of the Coast probably doesn't care for me, but I also feel like they probably wouldn't ban, like I don't do anything that's like bannable. So we're gonna make these rats 4/4s and then they're dead next turn. Packrat is sweet. This Packrat's like consistently overperformed in every modern deck we've shoved it into recently. We've played a few different Packrat decks and it's been good every time. Death by Taco, thank you for the 3-month resubscription there. I appreciate that. Thanks for re-upping again, and thanks for the quarter of your support. Keeping me employed this month. That's true, Burgle. I am good advertising dollars for them that they don't have to spend. Although they did pay me to play Magic Arena. God bless. God bless. Thanks everybody that watched that. Seeing sweet. Discard spell. Did I like Magic Arena? I liked the Magic Arena client. I don't really care for Standard, and I don't really care for the Magic Arena economy. So, basically, if they fixed the details, I would probably play Arena. But I don't think they're gonna fix the details. So I'm trying to swear less, but like implying that saying the word a-holes is like going overboard, like, come on now. Come on now. Well, eventually, and again, this is straight from Mark Rosewater's mouth, a new non-rotating format is a when, not an if. And they said this is okay. Let's strap our tinfoil hats on, chat. The Arena team has said that they will have a solution to players' cards rotating in Arena next fall. So that means we will likely have a new non-rotating format introduced in Magic next fall, because that's when they plan to solve the issue of Arena cards rotating. At least that's my crazy idea. Yeah, next fall is in fall 2019. Not this current fall. Fall 2019. It doesn't have to start with Kaladesh, Nifty. One of the reasons they might be waiting on putting a new format into Arena is because they might want to backcode a little bit and to add some past sets in, because that does take time. Just quit my job. Boss was so angry. He takes my PC to IT and demands they reformat it. I was the sysadmin and there were SSH keys on that hard drive. You should play Treasure Hunt because I've got a payday coming up when they hire me as a consultant to fix what they messed up. That's great, Pyro. Also, here, wait. I can add to my conspiracy theory. There's another layer on this Magic Onion chat. The reason why they haven't announced the formats of the Pro Tours that they posted the dates for is because one or more of those Pro Tours is the new non-rotating format. Strap it on. Get hype. I'm telling you it's coming. I'm telling you it's coming. That's my called shot. And it could be very wrong, but that's my called shot. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna take that shot. Yellow Hat, welcome to folks coming over from Nassif stream. We're hanging out playing some Modern this afternoon. This is, as someone who watches Nassif on occasion, would be classified as something you would find in a sewer somewhere. We're gonna kill the Thalia, drain them, probably ditch this Marsh Flats. Want to get our hand empty so we can bridge them. Let's not make that reference, Matt Maxon, please and thank you. What do I think? Shadows Onward. Yeah, there's a lot of different points they could start the new format. I personally would love if they started whatever the new format's going to be with Origins, but I could see it starting in a variety of places. Ooh, my lunch is here. I'll be right back. Hopefully my lunch is here. Pro tip for aspiring streamers. If you know you're going to be doing a particularly long stream, schedule lunch before you go live, so that way when you do go live, you'll have food. Alright, so I'm going to escalate this again, I think. Kill and drain. Drop this bridge. Yeah, I think whatever new format they have won't involve fetch lands. Fetch lands are terrible. Build your decks in a way that makes you happy, hero. Yeah, fetching is just, while I agree that fetching adds layers to gameplay, I also am, like, dreadfully aware of the fact that, like, it adds a huge level of tediousness to the gameplay. Kids these days, Frontier was trash because it only had half the fetch lands. Back in my day, Jund played Verdant Catacombs, and it played Marsh Flats, and it liked it, okay? You didn't have these fancy windswept heaths, and your flooded strands, and your polluted deltas. We had 5 fetch lands in Modern, and 5 creature lands, and we liked it, okay? Kids these days need 10 fetch lands to have a good format. No respect. None. God, whew! I'm glad we get to punish their greedy mana base with this Blood Moon. There's just no end to their endless greed. No stop to their endless greed. Modern, as someone who's played Modern for a long time, Modern is a much better place as far as deck building is concerned because we have all 10 creature lands, all 10 fast lands, all 10 fetches. Mana bases are much better, and the games are more interesting. Yeah, if they hadn't Scullered us here, I would have gone Chandra into Moon. No, I don't think so, Waffle. Some of them are worse than others, but, like, the fact that they exist is good. They're, like, in a 6 in the one hand, half dozen in the other type situation here. They're probably supposed to take Chandra, because Chandra just kills the Tide Hollow Sculler, which gives me the Blood Moon back. I shortcut constantly. Okay, so here's the, if you're playing a fetch land format, here's the best shortcut you can learn to do. Whenever you crack a fetch land, if you are casting a spell immediately afterwards, you should clearly announce which land you're getting, and if you're shocking, what your new health total is. And then once you do that, you should announce what spell you're casting before you even pick your deck up. And then you cast your spell, do that, and then you can pass the turn while you're searching your deck for the land and shuffling. That's the biggest shortcut that you can do to save tons of time in tournament play. Like people that don't shortcut fetch lands like that are wasting tons of minutes off their clock. There are people that, and I've had people when I do that they like wait for me to pick up my deck and shuffle to start their turn. I'm like, no, you need to play Magic, or like we're gonna go to time. Like, man, I can't even imagine if Horizon Canopy existed in every color combination. Sure, be very clear which, crack your fetch, say, does my fetch resolve? And then be like, okay, I'm getting this land and then I'm casting this spell. Communicate clearly. That's what I said. You need to, I didn't say rush your opponent through the fetch land. You need to crack your fetch, and when they say it resolves, don't pick your deck up, announce what lands you're getting, and then put your spell on the stack with it. Like, I'm using these lands and then doing this. Clear communication is key. Clear communication is key at all times. Yeah, I think we're going to see a Wasteland Strangler here. We're going to see Wasteland Strangler, process the bridge, like kill their 3-bit Inspector probably. Lordy, could you imagine burn with a red-white Horizon Canopy? It's not, fetch lands not existing isn't about power level. Fetch lands not existing is about gameplay experience, and fetch lands create a miserable gameplay experience. They are like loading screens in the middle of your game of Magic. It's not about power level. It's about what they do to the game of Magic. Now, it's not even about price. My opinion on not wanting fetch lands, so it just has nothing to do with price. Price, as someone who plays Magic competitively and as a job, price has nothing to do with any of my decisions regarding Magic or my opinions. If I need cards, I'll get them. If you're watching your stream yesterday with the Cyan of Una Fey list, I'm curious if some number of Fairy Conclave would be good in the blue-red tempo list. Yeah, I tried those early, Jeremy. Basically, you just need more red mana. If you watch the videos on my website, and this is a great why I archive everything, go back in my YouTube archive. You can find the old deck list that we've played. You're gonna find Fairy Conclaves, and you're gonna find me coming to the conclusion that I don't want them. Sure, like I said, I agree that fetch lands can add strategic value, but I think the small amounts of strategic value that they add to the game are not outweighed by the amount of negatives that they introduce as well. Fetch lines are like watching Twitch ads. Yep. Mr. Photon, thank you for the 4-month resub there. I appreciate that, and welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. Now I just get to escalate this bad boy. I definitely want to just kill the Flicker Wisp because if it, on the off chance they have a basic waste, I don't want them displacing and taking my Ensnaring Bridge every turn. Thoughtseize. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I can hold that for a turn. Yeah, the black-white cards deck is sweet. I've been enjoying that one a lot. Sweet. I love aggressive decks that are like secretly grindy. I think if the new format's successful, it's going to exist in both Paper Magic and Arena. And Magic Online and Arena. It'll be everywhere. WotC ain't silly. They want your money in as many places as they can get it. I mean, like, the thing about having a basic waste in their deck is, like, having basic waste in your deck doesn't really help you play around Blood Moon, because, like, you don't have a fetch land or a way to access that basic waste consistently, right? Get my opponent being a pal and helping me keep my hand empty. Field of Rune's a good one. I think Path to Exile is kind of a medium suggestion, but I could see playing a basic waste for Field of Rune. That makes a lot of sense, so you can't get fielded off your colorless source, basically. What a fun and interesting game of Magic the Gathering. Hopefully this doesn't bite us. This could stick us with a bunch of expensive cards in our hand like this. Are we dead? We're not playing this. I guess I can Thoughtseize myself, huh? Do I Thoughtseize myself here to not get attacked? I think I do. The classic divination, discard spell myself, go. Because there's a Thalia in play. Thalia says I can't do both those things. Yeah, we are certainly in the sewer. We had 5 mana available, chat. If we cast Chandra last turn, that would have been all of our mana. This is good. We get to work our way towards some ultimates now here. Need to find our way to an ultimate before they find their way to a Flicker Wisp. That's what they're playing to here. They're playing to their third Flicker Wisp. Alright. I'm gonna sit down. This is a good game to eat my lunch while it's going on, because there's not a lot going on in this game. So I'm gonna mute myself off and on while I eat my soup and sandwich here. All right, so now I probably want to kill their Displacer, right? Yeah, I think it's worth killing their Displacer here. Because Koth is going to ult next turn regardless. Koth ult is... It is 5. Look at that. I could have just Koth ulted. I forgot Koth ult was 5. I thought he was 6. Man, Panera has... I think they called this Baja mac and cheese. It's got tomatoes and onions, and I'm a millennial, so it's got avocado in it. It's really good. My wife stole my paper towels, too. Oh, good. Panera put napkins in my bag. God bless you, Panera. I'm not sponsored by Panera, but Panera, if you're out there, certainly could be. Alright, so relics are bad here. I think I want these. I don't think this is a pack rat matchup. How do we just feel about this? Relics out, pushes in Olivia in. Wow. It's been a while since I've been hit by the sideboard bug on Magic Online. So if you look here, Magic Online is counting 3, 4, 5, 2. So that's 9 and 4 is 15. So I'm gonna click submit and hope for the best, and then tweet out a picture of that. I don't think we're gonna get to sideboard for this match, for this game at least. Vasquatch, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime there. I appreciate that. Okay, look, I've got Fatal Pushes in my deck, so we like kinda sideboarded. Alright, it actually sideboarded how I wanted to sideboard. So I guess it did its thing, even though it kinda didn't. Do I have a blacklist of decks that I refuse to play? I do. It's called the no-fly list. And those aren't decks that I straight out refuse to play. Those are decks that I won't play for $10. Those are decks that you gotta put your money where your mouth is for me to be willing to put up with them. Alright, what do I want to cut here? What do I want to take? I've got 2 answers to Tide Hollow Sculler, so I think I'm okay with that one. Honestly, do I just want to take their Thoughtseize? I kind of just want to take their Thoughtseize, right? Someone asked a good question in chat a second ago. They asked, is streaming on Twitch for a full day more or less taxing than my previous jobs? My job before this was being home all day with the kids. So, in a lot of ways, interacting with Twitch chat all day really isn't that different than a lot of other things, than a lot of interacting with toddlers. Just dropping in to contribute to Jeff is miserable playing standard, aka the SCG Fund. Belligerent Mars, thank you very much for the incredible support as always. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good Friday, having a good start to your weekend. Amari Katsu, thank you very much for the 4-month resubscription. I appreciate the third of a year. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. This mac and cheese was so good. I'm kind of sad that it's over. I am never gonna not eat mac and cheese without avocado and tomatoes again. That was a glorious experience, chat. All right, so I think this is. We live in America, Jeff. Just order more. I think I'm bidding Daddy Nixilis here. Probably not going to have time to get to him. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. You should tweet at Panera, Ribbon, and let them know that I encouraged you to go to Panera and tell them to hook me up with some stuff. I'm all about the freebies, chap. I'm all about the freebies. So do I want to jam Ensnaring Bridge here? I think I actually want to Brutality this. Because I think if I let them untap with this Vial, there's a good chance we just never get to kill this. And taking this out of play while they have Eldrazi Displacer is pretty important. Panera mac and cheese is white cheese mac and cheese. The survey is not only important if you want to shill for me. The survey is also important because it lets you tell Wizards of the Coast that Modern is important to you. So getting pretty punished for the Collective Brutality there. Eldrazi Temple into Thought-Knot Seer is pretty rough for us. Hopefully we're professional and draw a fetch land here. Oh, is this another Flicker Wisp? Their draws were Thought-Knot Seer, Temple, second Flicker Wisp. This is really brutal. Alright, well. That makes Displacer worse, but we're still just like dead in 2 here. Now we need to draw a... We just need to draw a bridge. Yeah, I super messed up. You're right. I super messed up. Rudy is Austin Powers. Thank you for the 2-month 3 subscription. Our chat is super right. Flicker was turned on Revolt for the Fatal Push, and I missed it. Very likely punting that game. Alright, let's win the third one. Let's win the third one. Let's not mess it up. My sandwich is gone now. Yeah, chat, I was so sad about the mac and cheese being done. You don't understand what my sadness was like. I missed it because I was just so sad about the mac and cheese. So, because there's a second land on top of my deck here, I'm going to neglect to play the Thoughtseize on one, so that way I can guaranteed hit my second land on two, because that's pretty important here. You could link my website too. If you want a third source of Hoagland past my stream, do you need us to order you another one? So, Christy and I aren't strictly dieting, but we are trying to be slightly more healthy. So we're doing so by portion controlling. So I'm trying not to just trying not to overeat. So I'm gonna decline the offer on the re-up. We lost last game because they ripped Thought Not Seer, Temple, second Flicker Wisp, and I missed the fact that they turned on my Fatal Push. So their cards lined up really well, and I missed a small interaction that ended up costing us the game. Maybe I'm supposed to take Wasteland Strangler there, actually. How much was the mac and cheese? A pick two's like less than $10. I don't know how much just the mac and cheese. I always get a pick two with a half sandwich and a mac and cheese. Don't eat until you're full. You must not be American. Finishing the mac and cheese triggered revolt. Truer words. Truer words. For SCG, been a long time since I got in touch with you. Remember from the D&D server? That's awesome. Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was like all of my high school and most of undergrad. Thanks for the bits, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's basically what we're looking to do. We're not dieting, we're just looking to build better eating habits is a great way to phrase it. Lands, please. Missing on land drops there is pretty brutal. It means that when these bridges eventually come into play here, they're not going to be particularly useful. How is this league going? It's going okay. I don't know that adding black strictly fixes the issues that this kind of archetype tends to have a little bit. So, Zach, I want to hold the fetch land because I know they have a bunch of 3-drops in their hand is the issue. I know they have a bunch of 3-drops that I would like to Fatal Push here. Did you tell the story of how you came to doing the donation cube and donation decks? Well, basically, playing Magic on... Oh, gosh, we're dead. Well, it's good. Pack it up. Pack it in. Yeah, alright. Maybe if we hadn't missed land drops and we could have gotten bridge going, but that one's gonna kill us real quickly. They have, chat, they have so many 3s. They have so many 3s and we don't have enough mana. It's not just the Mirian Crusader. It's everything surrounding the Mirian Crusader. They have 2/3s in their. They have 2 other creatures in their hand that we're aware of. That come in at varying amounts of instant speed off the Aether Vial. The Aether Vial in combination with the cards we're aware of means we're not going to be able to beat that. Because I don't have enough mana to do all of that. I don't have enough mana to do all that before I die because I'm at 10 health. Remember, chat, it's not about just for if they have stone nothing, you're right. If they have stone nothing and I have plenty of health, I fully disagree that was a quick concession. We knew they had both Flicker Wisp and Displacer in their hand. Yeah, they could also flick the Crusader. And all of that in conjunction with the fact that we were at 10 and we were so far away from getting the bridge going. I think that's actually one of my not too soon concessions. Ensnaring Bridge mirror match. Okay. Chalice actually going to be kind of annoying here, right? I have a lot of 1-mana spells. The lack of Abrades and Culligan's commands in this deck list are really weird. The lack of Abrades and Culligan's commands in this deck list leaves a little bit to be desired for sure. There's a lot of artifacts in Modern right now. Like, there's a reason why the 2 Abrades in the main deck of the blue-red tempo deck I've been playing, it felt really good. Probably taking a War of Invention here. Really disagree that the opponent's deck is like Lantern. Saying the opponent's deck is like Lantern is like saying our deck is like Lantern. It's a really narrow-minded sort of view. It's like saying every deck that plays Birds of Paradise is the same deck, or every deck that plays Noble Hierarchs is the same deck. You came in doing the donation queue and donation decks. Yeah, basically, Magic Online's expensive. Especially if you're not winning every single match. And I win an okay amount, but like, even when you're not, if you hit a bad streak, it's easy to be down a bunch of money. And, you know, someone was like, well, what if we paid for your matches? I was like, sure. And that's where the price tag came from, right? Like, a lot of people charge a bunch of money for donation decks all the time. The reason why my price is so low, I just want to cover the cost of a league. I just want to play sweet matches of Magic the Gathering and, like, not have any personal risk associated with doing so. And then when I started doing that, people really took to the idea of that this stream was viewer-focused content, right? Like, I think a big part of why my stream has become successful is because my focus on doing viewer deck lists and having everything about the stream be focused on what people watching want to see has allowed this to really take off for me. And like, I spent a lot of time streaming and focusing on, you know, just playing good decks and competitive decks or decks that I wanted to test for a tournament. And like, there's a lot of people that do that. And like when I was doing it, their streams aren't particularly successful. Like, they failed to turn it into a job like I have. Do you exclude money from making donations? Do you still break even playing different decks? It depends on the month. Really depends on the month. I think I probably put on average like $50 a month or so into Magic Online, which really, when you think about how many decks I play and how much time I spend playing Magic on here, like $50 a month is not a bad metric. The SCG Con thermometer is going to run until the first week of November, November 7th. I would like... All right, sorry, chat, back to chat. Had the idea to start an SCG tournament series in the West. Do you think there's a demand for such a thing? I don't think there is. I think if there was a demand for an SCG style series on the West Coast, someone like Channel Fireball would have done it a long time ago. They did even have different artwork. I was just talking to chat, responding to questions, and not paying attention. Would I be upset / take action if someone blatantly copied my exact model? No. In fact, I'm super surprised a bunch of people haven't copied my exact model. I don't know. I guess I mean, and I guess, you know, different strokes for different folks. People like stream for different reasons. You know, some people aren't streaming with the goal of turning into a job. Some people are just like streaming because they like playing Magic and want to stream it. And like, that's great too. But I'm, you know, I'm happy that I was able to turn this into a job. I love playing lots of different things. I love getting to like walk downstairs to my computer in the morning and be like, you know what we're gonna do for work today? We're gonna play some Magic. And while not like every deck I play is ideal, we hit really sweet ones on occasion with a good amount of consistency. I don't even know that certain parts of the country are more into Magic than others, so much as it's kind of people in like the Midwest and the East Coast, I feel like, are probably more willing to travel. So opponent should be at 11 here if I would have targeted the right mountain. I mean, like, there are lots of ways to get lots of different cards, Mertz. Chat, my Google spreadsheet is public. You can copy and paste it. The macro that's built in that I use to automatically sort it and all that, you can and should beg, borrow, steal. Like, just take it and run. Take it and run. I can't... Huh. So, pretty confident I want a Blood Moon here, right? I can go Chandra into Blood Moon. Chandra kills through the Orbs of Warding, right? And so does Koth attacking. Oh, damn it. I just autopiloted. Oh, wait, this can untap here, and then, okay. I meant to add red mana with her. I 10 out of 10 messed up. That's fine, I'm gonna Blood Moon them. Cut them off of War for now. Jester Cap. Sure. Good teachers borrow, great teachers steal. Yep. Use what works. Use what works. We just like have actual 0 ways to shadow artifacts, right? That's super wrong. There should probably be some combination of at least 4 Abrade and Culligan's Command in this deck. Honestly, Abrade's probably better. We technically have Ratchet Bomb, sure. Sure, technically, you are technically correct. Which one could argue is the best kind of correct. I think Jund would be better off playing Green-Black Rock. I think there are not compelling reasons to play Jund in 2018, other than you really love Jund for some reason. And Orbs of Warding is a total beating here. What'd they exile, by the way? Koth and 2 Ratchet Bombs, yep. You can actually find a bunch of videos with the opponent's deck on my website. It's under Fan Favorites, Blue Red Prison. The Chandra's worth like 1 more point of damage, I guess. Vis for Vampire, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Now, there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine here. If they, camping sphere, sure. So they have a couple of turns here. Yeah, I can't ultimate Ob Nixilis. They can't get Needle with Teleria West. It has to be a 0 cost. All my cards are useless. Do da do da do 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 do. Ob Nixilis' ultimate targets. It gives target opponent an emblem. Target opponent gets whenever a player draws a card. Gonna bring in all my threats, do-da, do-da. Gonna bring in all my threats, oh, the do-da day. Do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, beep, 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 do-do-do. Olivia's probably not very good. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. They had modern staple Orbs of Warding. Oh, Boyle. Boyle, yeah, Boyle, get my deck. Boyle's great. Boyle makes their life real hard. I should probably have these relics, but I just wanted to make sure Boyle's got in here. Probably better than Fulminator. Is the ambient noise from my window being open annoying? Can you hear cars occasionally driving by outside? Can't hear anything? Sweet. Perfect. Because I can hear it, but I'm not sure. Perfect. Awesome. God, the blue microphone is so great. Everything except the mute button on the Blue Yeti is fantastic. The mute button's a steaming pile of garbage, though. I thought you were an ambient voice. I've got my far window cracked so I can get some fresh air in my basement. My neighbors probably think I'm insane if they walk past my house with my window open. Like, what is he doing? Why is he talking to himself? The mute button doesn't actually mute when you press it half the time. I'm gonna keep this hand in the back of the relic because I think Blood Moon's pretty good in this matchup. I just have a USB connection, not an XLR. Never didn't have it. Goodbye, friend. Good night, moon. Do any of my neighbors know what I do? No. I don't really interact with my neighbors too much. They were kind enough to play the land that I didn't know about. God bless. SCG is going to Las Vegas in November. Is there a reason your stream doesn't have music is to avoid YouTube copyright claims? Or you prefer not having music? It's twofold. One, I think it is wrong as someone who makes my living creating things to effectively steal the music that other people have made. Because that's basically what you're doing. You're taking something that doesn't belong to you, which is like the definition of stealing, right? Like, the reason why those copyright claims exist are because people are using music that they don't have permission to stream. The second reason is that music, while it can be an engine to help some people engage with your content more, music can turn people off, right? And like, it's 2018. People who, it's 2018. You can, I should have plus Chandra first here, right? It's 2018. Your computer can do two things at once. So if you want to listen to music while you watch my stream, you have the ability to watch whatever you would like. It's your choice. Just say, what on God's green earth is that? Seriously? Well, we literally don't have a shatter in our deck, so I guess we're dead. We literally don't have a shatter in our deck, so I guess we're dead. Like I said, there should be 4 shatters in this deck, at a minimum. There should be probably 3 Abrades and a K command. It could even just be 4 Abrades, honestly. That's the technology. Our opponent's been dragged through the sewer before, chat. They were like, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this, and we are not putting up with it. Sand is reasonable. Not good, but reasonable. Yeah, I agree. This deck doesn't have a ton of creatures in it, so a Braid probably makes more sense. Oh, no. Oh, no. We can't take bubble. So I'm going to take a Mishra's bubble here because I would like to be able... I can Inquisition the Whir next turn. I actually think the blue-red prison deck is very reasonable. I think it's very tedious to win with, so I don't enjoy playing it personally, but I think as far as power level is concerned, the blue-red prison deck is great. No, you should just message me in private. I try to take a chance to look at deck lists when I'm off stream. The best way to get my attention for your deck list is to post it in the subs Discord if you're a sub. Tag me in a post there. Or join the subs Discord and whisper me on Discord. I always give preference to people that support me. So if you're a subscriber, I will definitely take a few minutes to look at a deck list that you're interested in getting some feedback on. Figure that's the least I can do. Sigh, Master Thopterist. Yep. Can we draw a Boil, please? Alright, sweet. I get to take their Bottled Cloister away here, which is nice. That card could really potentially run away with the game. I don't really have a good answer to this. I boarded out my bridges. I guess we just like have to race it. I guess like Koth buys me some turns, right? He like makes them attack him twice. Yeah, but like even the Thopters are gonna give us the business, right? If we draw like a Boil and then some Chandras, we could be okay. Here's to 6 months of meme streams and never flipping a Delver. Thank you, Moan, for re-upping for half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Feels bad, man. Dim Cutie Pie, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of different people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for sending your Bezo bucks this way this month. Put this towards SCG Con, and how could I change my amulet sideboard to deal with Damping Sphere? A Braid. A Braid, we've had the last couple amulet lists we played had 2 Braids in the sideboard, and they were really great. They just like kill a wide range of things that are annoying in that deck. And thank you for the support. Added here. You want probably 1 to 2 Rex Sage and then 2 to 3 a Braid in your 75. I've subbed off and on since you became an affiliate partner to Twitch. Twitch does not track non-sequential. So sequentials are the only ones that follows Carver. I think we're dead, chat. Hey, I got a Grey Ogre. Grey Ogre means that they're only attacking us for 2 a turn here, so it makes their clock a 5-turn clock instead of a 4-turn clock. Yeah, Braid's pretty much a Modern staple. Just like, so, Modern's a format that is very much about, there's so many different decks in Modern that cards that are really flexible like a Braid tend to be very prevalent because they're modal spells that do different things that are rarely dead, basically. Like, there's not going to be a ton of situations where a card is just completely useless, basically. We're super dead here, right? Just gonna move along here. Yeah. Thoughts on this? I had some hopes that I felt like the black cards could potentially feel like they could solve some of the issues the mono red Blood Moon and Ensnaring Bridge deck had on occasion, but I don't know. That was their Ensnaring Bridge. Ensnaring Bridge checks its controller's hand size. I did not have an Ensnaring Bridge. I really just feel like the prison elements in this deck, they're just not good enough against so many decks in Modern. And like, when we played against the creature deck especially, I just felt like we didn't have enough cards to meaningfully bring in. So, I think if I was going to play this again, I would definitely, we mentioned a Braid and Culligan's Command a bunch. I think I would play at least 3 of Braids, probably at least 4 Shatters total in 75. There's so many artifacts in Modern that you need to be able to kill. Yeah, that's my take on this one. War 42 Lock. Thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. If you didn't catch all the match with that, and you want to see like some of the stuff that was awkward and what I'm talking about, you can be sure to catch those on my YouTube channel later. But it's gonna be much later today because today is gonna be an extra long stream. I'm planning to go for 10 or 12 hours again, like we did last